Roblox Forsaken is finally canceled. This is a video by Gwamgo. He's got 205,000 subscribers. Fair use, of course. We're going to be adding our 2 cents and giving our commentary. Warning, in compliance with YouTube's child safety community guidelines, this video is intended for a mature audience, so just keep that in mind, guys. Meme stream is a 13 age and up stream anyway, so if you're here, you should be above that.
Around 2 months ago, I covered a situation involving Hytoko, who is the current owner of Forsaken, and the fact that they were still in contact with and defending one of the most infamous Roblox developers called Soul Driven Love, the former owner of Forsaken. Soul, at this point, is still receiving payments under the table, even after it was promised to the community time and time before that they were completely removed from the picture.
So this is from Hytoko. No, I am not bound by a NDA or anything to speak ill about Soul. I told you this in our talk that the only reason I chose to not speak about Soul bad or not is because it isn't our problem. Soul is gone. We want nothing to do with them. So I don't know any of these people, but just on the surface level, based on what is literally just said in this, because I don't know the lore of who made like Forsaken or whatever, but I can tell you this, guys, if there was somebody who was like involved in the development of a project or a game, in this case Forsaken, it might be that there might be some sort of a contract, whether that's verbal or whether it's actually something written out, that makes it so that they have to pay money to that person for a set period of time, if not indefinitely. I'm not sure. So we don't know what the backroom deals of this. So I think that it's a little bit silly for people to say, oh, you guys are still paying money to this person under the table or whatever. It's like, well, is it under the table or is that just actually the contractual agreement that they made? And regardless of whether or how heinous whoever that other person is, which I don't know anything about, by the way, I don't know anything about any of these people. I think it's a little bit silly for people to be going after Hytoko for this, because Hytoko might be in a place where it's like, well, I can't, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to talk bad about a person, but I can say that we want nothing to do with them. There's a world where this is not a lie.
Keep in mind, it has been publicly known that Soul had material of minors and that he had legitimately committed federal crimes. This whole situation is made even worse when you take a look at what's—
I always have to ask the question though, whenever anybody says that kind of thing, did this person go to jail? Were they ever actually like, did anybody call the police on them? Was there actually any sort of a thing? Like, committed federal crimes implies that they did something wrong, but convicted of federal crimes is much different. That would mean that they're actually like serving time, probably in a federal prison. I'm just saying, like, there's a little bit of nuance there. I'm not saying this person's good. I'm just saying that it's important to actually, you know, if you guys ever find yourselves in one of these unfortunate situations, you should probably just go to the police. The police are much better to deal with these things than YouTubers, guys. YouTubers are fallible. The police are fallible too, but at least the police have some sort of like an actual system and a process that you can try to catch people on legally, which is the only thing that really matters in these types of things. So what does this say? This says, Pokey, by the way, Soul is getting money off y'all and y'all doing nothing, Forsaken and all. Someone's got some repressed anger. Yeah, that is a little bit of a, given what I just said before, Pokey, I think is that I don't know who this Pokey person is, but like kind of, it's like, again, like this is taking out all the nuance of this situation. And I just think that's not really reasonable. Your game is close to dying while everyone is leaving its development. Devs are getting smited. Okay. I think it's smote, but whatever. That's an over exaggeration, but I won't feed into silly arguments with random peeps. That's an over exaggeration. Okay.
Happening today, where some of the owners are quite literally defending Soul, calling everything, again, this is in their own words, over-exaggerated. All of this is made even worse with Hytoko's extremely manipulative behavior to not only his fans, but—
Hold on. I just want to I'm not going to this is a Google Doc. I'm sure it has like a lot of stuff in there. I don't care enough to read this at all. An open note regarding everything in the past weeks. So it seems like Hytoko is not like keeping this under wraps, guys. You have, listen, you have to keep in mind that like media PR, like number one media PR for these things, guys, is to not talk about a situation. It's actually better if you're in some sort of a drama or an issue or whatever to just not say anything. The fact that Hytoko is actually putting out anything means that at least they believe, well, either that or maybe they just don't know that that's probably the better play to go about things. It's just not to say anything. That could be it. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's like, given what I have heard so far based on this video, I don't know. It seems like there's nuance that everybody's like ripping out because they're arguing on twitter.com. What else is new?
but also his ex-partner.
Yeah, 1.7 million, that's crazy.
But also his ex-partner, which caused him to suffer
Hold
PTSD.
on. What's happening?
Over-exaggerating.
PTSD?
All of this is made even worse with Hytoko's extremely manipulative behavior to not only his fans, but also his ex-partner, which caused him to suffer PTSD.
Highly manipulative. Okay, so what is the manipulation then? That would be the question. The other person, I'm assuming, is Hytoko, I guess. Ellie. I don't know if that's Hytoko or not. I hope I'm not, doxing anybody, because that'd be awful. It's making me anxious is what they said. And then the person responds, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I thought about it. And given my past and the fact that you included has caused me PTSD and a lot more, I don't think it's fair that I should be quiet because you're bigger on the internet. I'm not sure I understand what that means at all.
Because of his actions. On top of that, he even started
What
leaking
actions?
their phone number public.
Okay, well that's bad. You shouldn't be doing that. That's a bad thing. Okay, so Hytoko on Twitter says, and once more, shout out to Gwamgo for working with my toxic ex, whose claims I've debunked and admitted to my past on a video to try and expose me. Oy vey. I do not miss this. If I really hurt her as a claims, if I really hurt her as she claims, and all of these things, do you think she would have reached out to me after I debunked them? Well, I mean, Hytoko, I don't know. There's more worlds out there where maybe they're reaching out to you to call you bad names or to say bad things or whatever. I would say that, like, if it is out there that your ex doesn't like you and doesn't want anything to do with you, it's a little bit weird that they're actually still texting with you or whatever. That's weird. But this seems like absolute total drama bullshit. I'll tell you this much, Hytoko, you're losing me quick here. I was kind of with you for a second there, but you're losing me. Just shut up about all of your personal drama. Nobody cares. Anybody who cares about this, who cares? Like, who cares? Who cares? You have an ex. Ooh, are they relevant to Forsaken at all? And then this text exchange, which I guess he put out with their phone number, which is awful. Answer important all drama aside, Ellie. Answer important all drama aside, Ellie. My phone is not connected to data, or I would have used my phone. I don't know what is happening.
In my last video, I mentioned that there was another situation involving Hytoko and a former partner of his, which is what we'll be discussing today within this video. But before I continue, please make sure to like the video.
Guys, like, what? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Like, who cares? I don't understand this. Who cares about, like, what somebody's partner or ex-partner is saying? Who cares? If it has nothing to do with, like, what's going on, like, in Forsaken, if that person has nothing to do with Forsaken, then who cares? Like canceling somebody over some private stuff. You don't know that other person IRL. You don't know him IRL. You don't know the situation. Like, it's silly, man.
Hytoko is willing to do anything to make sure that this information does not go out there. Now,
well, clearly not. Clearly not, because they're the one that's actually posting all of this, by the way, stupidly. Like, I don't think they're, at least as far as I know, I haven't seen any evidence to say that they're hiding.
The situation starts from May 7th, 2024, with other incidents occurring up to and including the present day. It's also important to disclose that both parties were of age of consent within their state during the entirety of this incident. So
oh my god. This is a bunch of prepubescents talking about other prepubescents. I don't care about your romantic relationships. Oh, who cares?
This does not make Hytoko. As you'll come to find out, Hytoko is still very—
He's not a— he's a— Shut up! Who cares?
Very much in the wrong. Now, Hytoko's partner and victim in this situation goes by an online alias of Shrimp. Shrimp was 17 years of age, while Hytoko was 19 years old themselves. Shrimp had dated Hytoko after meeting him at their workplace, and this relationship would last for around 1.5 months before Shrimp ended things with Hytoko due to their very disgusting and blatantly manipulative behavior.
I'm gonna read this and then I'll probably stop it because I can't take any more of this. Hytoko said, leave me alone for tonight. I cannot express enough how fatigued I am from helping my friend, work being a non-stop rush, and everything from today. I love you so much. You mean my world, but I'm gonna pretend like you don't think I don't care or anything. Like, holy free-holies, guys. Oh my gosh. vapid. It's all vapid. It's all nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. How does this affect Forsaken? I think just gonna break it off with you. Over text is crazy. You can say that it's not a relationship if you're breaking it over text, guys. It was never a relationship. If you're breaking it over a DM in Discord, you were never dating to begin with. Shut up. You're a child. Like, live like 10 more years of your life and get some perspective. Most of, like, not to throw like epic shade at like some generations, guys, but like, a lot of you guys live for COVID. You're like 2 years younger mentally than you should be. Like, this is nonsense. Like, I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry if anybody was hurt actually physically. If it's mental struggle, sign off the internet.
I do
it's
wonder
so easy.
how this negatively impacts the people who play Forsaken. Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It
By
doesn't.
the way, the writing competence behind these messages sounds about right for what this is about.
It's crazy. Yeah, good point. Absolutely. Totally good point, Sil. I don't know if I want to read the rest of it. I can't feel anything because you're dealing with your friend instead. I can't feel anything because you're dealing with your friend instead. I can't keep being confined when you don't want to talk to me about this. You can say you care, but you've proven enough that you don't. How is this proving anything that Hytoko said? I don't understand how this is. Okay, I'm just gonna keep reading because maybe there's gotta be a reason why this YouTuber is putting out this like public DM, right? Or this private DM. Whenever you want to come get your stuff, text me on messages. Why is this happening on Discord? I don't have you unadded on there. I've tried to convey how I feel, and once again, you're just another person to shut it down, to worry about something else. I've listened to you, I've tried to make you happy, but it seems like I can't do that. I don't think I want to give you another chance because the chances I've given were already too much. This is so vague. This is so vague. I don't even know what's happening. And I just don't want to deal, because it's a private DM, by the way, because they know the context and we don't. I don't want to have to listen to like 8 hours of like lore for this personal relationship so I can understand what this DM is about. It's so frustrating. I'm a person too. I have feelings too. I really did try to talk to you about this before I made up my mind. But once again, you showed that you do not care. Did they? How did they do that? I don't want to do this, but I feel like I don't have a choice unless I want to keep having my feelings pushed aside. You haven't tried to show that you care. I love you. I love you, but you don't want to talk to me about these things, and it just do not care. What are you talking about? Boy says I love you. You say I love you back. You don't care about me. What are you talking about? Shut up. I'm saying that generally, not at you, not the person who wrote this DM specifically, but shut up to the people who are talking about this. Is such crap. This is such drivel. Oh my gosh. How does this affect Forsaken? What does this have to do with Forsaken? Hyoko's brain cells too? Like, okay, explain that to me. What has Hytoko done that's wrong? Like, I'm waiting for like the moment where they, like, besides leaking the phone number, I agree, that was wrong. That was bad, not good. I don't know, maybe that was an oversight, who knows? Bad oversight if it was an oversight. Horrible if it was malicious, absolutely damning if it was malicious, but who cares? This isn't really Forsaken right now. No, it's not. It's got nothing to do with Forsaken.
That they have ultimately managed to get away with up until now. Hytoko was initially called out for
I love the framing by this YouTuber too, listen to this.
Due to their very disgusting and blatantly manipulative behavior that they have ultimately managed to get away with up until now. Hytoko.
What is the abusive behavior that they've been able to get away with? I understand that you have made multiple videos about this. I'm coming in this as somebody who has never seen your videos before. You have to. It is incumbent on you, the person who is like citing and trying to make the news and have people understand like what you're talking about, to at least vaguely tell me what they did that was wrong, so that I can judge and be like, oh, okay, that's what they're talking about. I get a general idea. Spectre is just so evil, dude. I don't know who Spectre is. All people involved are clearly too young to even have brain cells, or brains to think about the repercussions of all these things. Yeah, the fact that this is all being aired out publicly is actually a shame for everybody involved. Everyone. Like, it's just, because this is very clearly like just people who are just too young mentally to be able to like function. Spectre is the creator of Forsaken. Spectre is so evil. I love that people say these types of things because it's like, I don't have any context. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What has he done that's evil? What has Spectre done that's evil? I don't know anything problematic about the Forsaken people. I don't, and I'm not saying like, I'm agreeing with what they've said, whatever the controversial thing is or whatever. I'm saying I literally don't know. Like I literally have no idea what's going on. Soul is blackmailing people and doing bad stuff to kids. That's why this drama is happening. Soul is a PDF file. Okay, that's fine. Soul is, right? Got it. But how does that have anything to do with Hytoko? Soul is one person, Hytoko's another person. Hytoko has said we're distancing ourselves from Soul. The only thing that anybody's complaining about with that, as far as I understand for this video, is saying that Hytoko is paying Soul still. And like I said before, it could be the case that maybe there's just some sort of a thing where they have to contractually pay this person. I don't know how that works. None of us know how that works. Spectre isn't real, it's a fake character made by Forsaken devs. Oh, okay. Then yeah, you can call that person evil, that makes sense.
The initial reasoning behind this document was to come forward regarding Hytoko's behavior and his attempts at silencing her. According to Shrimp within an interview, whenever they mentioned anything negative towards him, he would immediately resort to degrading, derogatory remarks towards.
Go hang out with your friends and leave me the f alone for tonight. Good night. I'm not going to be yelled at. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Are you
I
kidding?
get age of consent, and I'm the last that wants to try and defend someone. But a 19-year-old dating a 17-year-old being considered is crazy. Like,
That's
I get
insane.
it technically.
That's
but
insane.
Man,
okay, how about this, chat? How about this? I was a freshman in high school, and I dated a junior in high school. So that's 2 years above me. That's the same age gap. It's not weird. I'm not even gonna get into that debate because I hate that debate so much, but it's so stupid. 17 to 19, everybody should agree that is egregiously stupid for anybody to say that that's PDF illic. You know what I mean? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I need to hear this again, hear what he said, because
behavior and his attempts at silencing her. According to Shrimp,
so this is evidence, according to this YouTuber, of Hytoko attempting to silence their ex. Okay, so Hytoko says, go hang out with your friends and leave me the alone for tonight. Good night. So Hytoko's saying, please leave me alone. Go hang out with your friends. Get off the internet. Go away. And what does the other person come back with? I'm not going to be yelled at. Are you kidding me? This is an exchange over Discord. It's not yelling. I'm yelling right now. That's not yelling. I don't know. I don't like who you are right now. Oh my God, then stop talking to them. I'm trying to show you that I just want to be okay. Okay, then you're okay. Then just go. Just go for tonight. It's so easy. And I'm sorry I'm bothering you, but I know you aren't doing good. Oh my God. How is this YouTuber using this as a... I'm gonna lose my gourd. Who is this YouTuber again? Gwamgo is saying that this is evidence of Hytoko silencing their ex. It is literally not. It is literally and actually not evidence of anything like that. All it is Hytoko saying, please leave me alone. If anything, what this is, and I'm just reading this verbatim for what it says on the screen right now and what I'm looking at, actually, what it is evidence of is it's evidence that his ex is pestering him after Hytoko said, please drop it and leave me alone for tonight. If anything, this is proof that their ex is harassing Hytoko. Not saying that that's actually like what's going on here. I'm saying that's what this looks like. People are really calling anyone PDFs. That's what I'm saying, Zondo. It's ridiculous. Like, guys, not everybody is Jeffrey. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's so dumb. Like, can we move on from this in 2026? If you're telling me that somebody's in an abusive relationship and then you pull up Discord messages, shut up. Like, just shut up. You're not a serious person. I'm gonna read the rest of this just to be fair. I'm not going to be yelled at. I do not like who you are right now. I'm trying to show you that I just want you to be okay. I'm sorry I'm bothering you, but I know you aren't doing good. But you shouldn't yell at me for it. It's caps. It's caps. It doesn't have to be yelling. It could just be like emphasis. I get today has been stressful, but please don't take it out on me. Are you kidding me? Don't take it out on me? This is not evidence of Hytoko taking it out on their ex. This is evidence of Hytoko apparently having a stressful day and just saying, please leave me alone. I just want to be by myself and figure this out. Basically. I don't know. Am I reading too much into this? I don't think I am. I really don't think I am. D-Nex, today's my birthday. Can you say happy birthday? Sure. Orion, happy birthday to you. Knuckles.
I'm doing my civic duty.
Tell him.
Meme. Birthday approved.
J-Star just said, but why can you not be by himself? Why are you doing this? To be fair, actually, because now that I've, ranted, to be fair, it is on Hytoko as well. Just sign off, man. Just literally swipe down on your phone, press the do not disturb button, leave your phone in the refrigerator or something, and just get off the internet. The same way that you're saying, hey, leave me alone for tonight, you can actually have everybody leave you alone for tonight by just not picking up your phone. Insane behavior. It's childish.
Towards him, he would immediately
Chronically online behavior,
degrading,
exactly.
derogatory remarks toward Trim, and would guilt trip them frequently, specifically by
Guilt tripping them, okay.
comparing them to his ex-partner named Mento.
So Hytoko is themselves a victim of another person who is an abusive. God. This is such nonsense. This is such nonsense. This is such nonsense. I'm gonna read this. Hytoko says, stop. I am so done. Please, I'm sorry. Just this one reason, this exact reason that I worry about, that even Mento did, I can't be free. Again, Hytoko, you're a young person. My best advice to you, friend, is just ignore. The moment anything like this starts happening, ignore. Find somebody in real life that you can rant to, right? Your mom, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your I don't care. I don't care who it is, family, friends, whatever it is. Tell them this. Do not write it down, okay? Don't send it on Discord, for God's sake, because everybody on Discord is just, oh, let's screenshot that, post it over here, or hold on to it for 10 years and then bring it up when it's convenient. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I'm not baiting you. I'm not whatever. I don't know what the last thing they said was. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I want to pause right here and go over something regarding Mento and Hytoko. There have been many allegations regarding Mento of them drawing material that by law would be classified as
Can we include this on the list for things to blame Roblox for? I kinda
no,
need someone to blame for this clusterfudge of a story,
no, we can't.
Especially because it's somehow worthy of 1.7 million views on Twitter.
300,000 on YouTube, posted 5 days ago. This is the most absolute total degenerate brain rot online behavior thing ever. I'm skipping ahead. I don't want to take this whole video anyway. I don't care. I'll tell you, but I don't know what happens in the section. The rest of the section, I'll skip ahead to the next section. Don't care.
Isn't anyone wondering why Gwamgo has private messages of random people?
Because they sent them to Gwamgo. I know how this works. I used to be somebody like Gwamgo. I used to do stuff more like that, like this type of thing. And I can tell you that when you're in the position that Gwamgo is in, people will send you things so here's what happens, guys. Here's typically what happens. Not every time, but this is my experience. So what happens? Let's say person X, right? X gets into a drama, meaning whatever is happening, whatever's going on, person X is in trouble. They are getting blasted on twitter.com. Their DMs are blowing up on Discord, whatever, right? All of the people associated with person X who is getting blown up, whatever they have, whether it makes any sense or has anything to do with whatever drama is happening at the time, will use that as an opportunity to send their dirt on that person to other people with the explicit goal of trying to damage and hurt person X. It happens almost every time, okay? The question that you have to ask yourself as somebody who is trying to be a smart viewer of these things, of these dramas, is you have to ask yourself, what relevance does this have to what is happening right now? If this is something that happened several months ago, it doesn't matter, okay? If this is something that somebody had in their back pocket, ready to go, and they just bring it up and go, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It is a smokescreen and has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the current drama. The current drama, per this video, is that Soul is getting money for Forsaken, which I already debunked because it's stupid. We don't know the particulars of why it is that they're getting money, and it could be something legal speaking. And it does, and apparently Hytoko said that they're not under NDA or anything like that. It could just be something they just don't want to talk about. In America, we have this thing called the Fifth Amendment. When you say, I plead the Fifth to a cop, What you're saying is, I do not want to speak to you more because it might give you evidence of a crime that is unrelated to what is happening right now. To say I plead the fifth is not to imply that you are guilty in some regard. It is saying I don't want to have things look a certain way because of the context of what is happening right now. Hytoko is basically saying I plead the fifth, and I have no problem with that. Because it's fine. That's what normal adults do. It's like understandable, reasonable. You don't want to talk about whatever thing. You don't want to have to open up this can of worms because it's going to come with this can of worms, and then it's all going to be a can of worms. You know what I mean? Adults understand this. Well, I say that, but I've known many adults who don't understand this. So. All right, what is this section called? Manipulation and breakup. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? This whole video is about breakups and relationships? I don't care. Who cares?
On September 25th of 2025, Hytoko made a public statement.
I'm skipping that section
rambling about Forsaken, Shrimp, and myself. The thread starts out with Hytoko saying how he fell due to something like this.
Okay, so Hytoko says, Hytoko, for God's sake, dude, learn PR, bro. Learn basic PR. It's just like, just shut up. Just shut up. If you need to rant, go rant to your friends IRL. Stop ranting on the internet. People, even if you're saying the perfect thing, people will take your words and they'll twist it. It's what happens all the time. All the time. Okay, so what does he say? He says, I'm gonna just ramble for a second because I feel ever since June, I'm due for something like this because I'm so beyond tired. Thank you, Forsaken, for being both the best and single worst thing to happen to my life. Oh boy. That means you're doing something right on the internet though, Hytoko. I'm not gonna lie, that's every single thing you ever do on the internet. If you find any monicum of success on the internet, it will be the best and worst thing that ever happened to you, bar none, every single time. Because of Forsaken, I was able to do a handful of things.
Right, and that he's so beyond tired. I believe this was around the part where it was caught that Soul still had a 25% stake in Forsaken.
Sorry guys, I know that I know this is a Jackbox stream, but this has piqued my interest now, and we're in it. We're in it, and I'm going for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make a video about this. I'm posting it because somebody's got to say that this is crap. Like what this person is doing. I don't know what to be honest with you, I know almost nothing about the drama scene for Forsaken or for Roblox. This is bullshit. Like what this person is saying is bullshit, and nobody should care. Anyway, Hytoko says, I was able to quit my server job. I was able to pursue a career in what I love. Okay. I was able to, yeah. They're just saying that like, oh, Forsaken was great. Met amazing people.
However, in the post immediately after, he begins to thank Forsaken for negative things such as having people expose his address.
People are doxing you. That's fine. I'll be honest with you guys. You should not expect to not get doxed if you're on the internet. If you're on the internet, if you're somebody who wants to make YouTube content, if you're somebody who wants to make content, if you want to make a video game, whatever, you should honestly expect for your personal information to get leaked at some point. Proof in the pudding. This is D-Max, right? Speaking. My full name is Damian Max Hardy Silva. I don't care, okay? I've gone to the police. I've told them, hey, I'm a person on the internet. I have gotten threats before, by the way. I've gotten threats of doxing. I've gotten threats of actual swatting. That has happened to me in real life. I went to you know what I did as an adult? Didn't speak about it online. I went to the police and I said, hey, there's a threat that somebody might be trying to make an erroneous claim to try to get me in trouble or to try to end my life via the cops showing up to my house erroneously. I filed a report. They took my name. It was literally 15 minutes at the police station. That was it. That was the end of it. I don't talk about it because I don't like people, you know, I don't want to give anybody ideas basically because it's just stupid anyway. It's just like, it wasn't even a big deal at that point, but it's worth doing. It's because I understand the consequences of these types of things. You should expect this. You should, it sucks. I wish it wasn't this way. It's the internet. Like this is kind of the way it's always been. I hate to tell you guys, you young guys who haven't been here for very long, but the internet is a terrible place. There's lots of terrible things on the internet, which is why children generally shouldn't be here. Okay? I hope you all stay protected. Okay? Stay anonymous as much as you can. If you're anonymous and you get any sort of a popularity, in all likelihood, you're probably not going to be able to stay anonymous. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's just the way it is.
Real name, sending him threats, and in that same thread throws a little shade at Shrimp and myself by—
For God's sake, man! Why are you so stupid? Oh, Hytoko, I want to defend you on some of these things. I really do, but you're so stupid. Stop throwing shade, dude. There's no reason. Just ignore it and move on. Otherwise, you look as stupid as all of these other people. It's so simple. Forsaken owners exposed. let's get to this, because this is the real meat of the drama anyway.
Behavior. Now, if you think it couldn't get any worse, recently Hytoko has been involved in even more drama on Twitter, and after revealing that
Okay, so hold on, what is this?
despite the NDA, they have signed the contract that allows Seoul to get 25% of the game's revenue.
Whoa. Ozzy Mandy. Hey, Ozzy, what's up? As an over 30, these people would have never been able to deal with the mid 2000s. It's so true. You're so right. It's so true. Dude, go on B. Do not go on B, guys. But seriously, please don't. But like, go on B in the 2000s. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. When I was your guys' age on the internet, it was so insane. The things you would see, the things that people would say to you just on like literally on Xbox Live, you have no idea. These days, people like if somebody says the N-word, it's like, oh, my pearls, I must clutch them. Back in those days, if you could, somebody called me the N-word on Xbox Live, somebody would say, you're an F-word. That's what people would say to you. They don't care. Like nobody cared at that point. Y'all are pussies. I'm sorry, you're pussies. You're pussies. You just are. Meow. Okay, so what is this? I want to know what this screenshot is.
And more drama on Twitter, and after revealing that despite the NDA, they have signed the contract that allows Seoul to get 25% of the game's revenue a month, they could simply, according to Hytoko...
Sure. Okay, so it is exactly what I thought. It's exactly what I thought. It is exactly what I thought it was. It's that there's a contract. This is legal stuff. Even if he was convicted of a crime, it's still legal. It's still what he has to do, man. What are you gonna do? Break the contract? There might be a clause in the contract to be able to break the contract, but unless we see the contract, we don't know. So what does this screenshot say? It says, I don't think you guys realize there is an alternative here. There is no alternative here. Okay, so I don't know who's posting this screenshot, by the way. This might be Hytoko, I don't know. Or this whoever's screenshot this is from Discord. Whatever contract Basil and Hytoko signed gives them ownership of the game, and Seoul gets 25% of the revenue. It's exactly what I said. If that were to be undone, Seoul gets back 100% of the game. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Dude, are you kidding? Guys, you've put Hytoko in such a shitty situation, dude. You've put him in such a terrible situation because you guys are pressuring him to get out of this contract. But according to what he's saying right here, per the contract, if he were to do that, then he's giving all of the rights then back to Seoul. So how is that gonna work? However, with the amount of money Forsaken makes, it won't happen. Remember the statistics page period leaked? I don't know. Simply stepping down is not possible if the contract was signed directly to So it becomes like a Basil and Hytoko. So, I mean, basically what this comes down to, if you don't like Hytoko for whatever the reasons you don't like Hytoko, I don't blame anybody for not liking Hytoko. Hytoko seems like a little bit of a chronically online individual themselves. If you have any problem with that, then basically it comes down to which do you like less? Do you like Hytoko less or do you like Seoul less? If you like Seoul less, then you have to side with Hytoko. If you like Hytoko less, then you're gonna have to side with Seoul. It's either one or the other. If you like Forsaken, sorry, that's what it is. Hey, don't worry though, because there's always Pillar Chase 2. It's kind of a better game anyway.
Contract that allows Seoul to get 25% of the game's revenue a month, they could simply, according to Hytoko, jump ship with a new group and Seoul wouldn't get a dime.
Okay, so anything is there. If we wanted to, we could jump ship with a new group and everything in Seoul wouldn't see a dime. Problem with that. Okay, problem with that. I don't know what was redacted from this, but that's fine. We don't have that. Basil and I have full legal stature to jump ship with the team and name a game something like Forsaken, okay? Or go back, oh, okay, so they're saying like basically rip up the contract. Oh. I don't understand. So, but in that situation, they would be giving Forsaken back to Seoul anyway. Am I misunderstanding that? I don't understand the screenshot either. We don't have that. Basil and I have full legal stature to jump ship with the team and name a game something like Forsaken, or go back to the original name like Damnation or something like that. The problem, Roblox. There is no promise that that Forsaken will pop off again. Hell, having some internal people at Roblox who have leaked things to me have told me that Forsaken popping off as it did was genuinely a stroke of luck. Ooh. Despite, oh, I see what they're saying. So they're saying like, if we did that, then we'd be abandoning Forsaken, and that would be, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, friend. I hate to tell you that, but like, honestly, that seems like it might be the best play. If I were in your shoes, then that's probably what I'd be going for. I'd be like, I don't care. I'd be like, it sucks that we're not gonna have the notoriety, we're not gonna have the numbers that Forsaken does because Forsaken got lucky. But it's better to be in the situation where we don't have to deal with nonsense people, and at least have full ownership of our game. I would recommend, though, to actually get a lawyer involved to actually do this contract. I don't know if you did in the first place, but you probably should at this point. So this type of thing doesn't happen anymore. What are you saying, Jordan? You said, look, the admin that is lowest, he is the owner of the archived game, and he was fired for talking with Soul. Okay. They care about profit more than the community now. It's not that. I don't think it's fair to say that they care about the profit more than the community necessarily, because honestly, the community is the profit. Like they're the same thing. Because like if you have a big community, then you have more profit on Roblox. That's just how that works. Roblox lolcows are really annoying. Ugh. Just the concept of lolcows is just so tiresome to me anyway. Hytoko sounds like a smooth brain with no social life. They're like 19. Like, I'm sorry, no shade to anybody out there who's younger, but like, guys, you gotta keep in mind, at this point in my life, I'm 31, okay? I kind of am of the opinion that people should not be able to vote unless they're 35. I'll be honest with you. If somebody put up a thing that I could vote for that said I can't vote until I'm 35 and nobody else can either, I would sign that immediately. Immediately. We like to think when we're younger that we have all of this like, oh, we understand the world, we know what's going on, we get it. But unless you experience a certain amount of life, you just don't. Think about it this way, right? People of prominence, there are many people of prominence that are like up in their 60s, their 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Like, they have lived more life, like double the amount of life than most of you guys have. And that experience goes so far. You don't because if you are a master of one thing, you don't have any perspective for these several other things. If you live several lifetimes, 15, that many 15s in your life, you have so much more perspective of all of these things, and you have a much better idea as to like what's actually moral, what's good, what's just, how you should act, what types of problems can happen. I'm just saying, things are so complicated, especially in like 2025 year of our Lord, guys. Things are so complicated these days that, like, just for God's sake, if you're a young person, just enjoy stuff on the internet, be entertained by stuff, but for God's sake, just think twice about posting things. Take this from somebody who knows. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's just really not worth it.
Followed by more of the context being shown of Hytoko stating that all he and Basil need to do is subtly upload the game under a new name, and Soul wouldn't contractually be bound to garner any more revenue at that point.
Oh, okay. I get it. So the idea is that they could literally just rip Forsaken as it is and then put it as a new game, and then do that. I would say do that. That's the thing you should do.
Scared that it would not pop off again in the algorithm.
And by the way, I would go as far to say too that Hytoko really has no excuse. You should just do that today. Do it. Like, there's no point. Because the more that, like, I understand. I'm not saying it's sketchy. I get it. Just do it. Courts may see this as the same game. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. They used to do what we asked, but now they give a stupid vampire called Nosferatu we didn't ask for. I mean, what's wrong with Nosferatu? Nosferatu, they're talking smack about you. Nosferatu. I think they're just trying stuff different, guys. It's not that they don't listen to people's things. Sometimes as a creator, you just have to do what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? You want to do your own things. You know what I mean? Like, I try to listen to you guys as much as I can, but at a certain point, like, there's some suggestions that you guys give me that, I'm sorry, frankly, love you guys to death, not good ideas.
And Hytoko are essentially screwing themselves and their player base over.
Okay, so this is Sam, who I don't know who this is, but this is a Twitter thing. SS from Hugo. I don't know who Hugo is. Hugo, maybe? I don't know. This is flat out confirmation that all they need to do is get rid of Soul. Is like, yeah, but I get the mental calculus. Like, I don't think it's as black and white to say like, oh, they're guarding Soul. It's not like that. They're trying to what's better? What's a better, like, their priority in their brain is probably something like, we don't like Soul, so we don't give a shit about Soul. We don't care about Soul. Screw Soul, right? But we like Forsaken and we want Forsaken to do well. If we were to make a new game that isn't Forsaken, then we are killing Forsaken. So what's better? To have Soul stay around but keep Forsaken up? That's the thing. I'm saying I wouldn't do that, but I get it. I understand. It's not evil to think that way. It's just, it's mental calculus. I think they might be incorrect, but I don't know all the facts. This Sam person seems like they have a pretty good head on their shoulders. I don't disagree with what they're saying. but they would rather keep giving up 40% of their revenue to an awful person. You know what's funny about this? This is all within the context of talking about Stephen Bajuki or whatever his name, Bazuki, what's his name? You know the guy who like it's just so funny, right? Like I love this, I love that, right? Think about it, what I just said. Like people don't like this Bazuki guy or whoever it is that the CEO of YouTube. People think that this guy is like a predator in his own light. I don't know about that, but people out there really believe this. And then there's the same people out here who are saying like, why would you want to be giving 40% of your revenue to whatever? Well, how about the 100% of the revenue that goes to Roblox in general? Did I say Steve? I meant Dave. David Bazuki? Is that what it is? Yeah, that's the guy. You know who I'm talking about. Every fan is ungrateful, even in Outcome Memories, like we're still waiting for the update and it keeps going. I love Outcome Memories so much, man. I wish people would just let people cook. Things are so complicated these days, guys. Things are so expensive. People have jobs. People have lives outside of, you know, like working on Roblox games. You gotta let people cook, man. I get it. We're ravenous fans. We want content super fast because that's what day and age we live in, but like give people a chance, you know?
By allowing Sol, who has committed federal crimes and remains unpunished, to continue to get hundreds of thousands of...
Has committed federal crimes but remains unpunished. It sounds like it just... You gotta convict people. You gotta convict people. You gotta. Otherwise, it's nonsense words.
Piggybacking off of the game's success merely because they were too scared to show any backbone and intervene and move the game to a new group. Now, Hytoko attempted to get ahead of the situation and address this in their response
okay, so that's what this is about. Got it.
That apparently, according to their lawyer, they now cannot actually jump ship via name and a game change.
Okay, so they can't. After consulting with a lawyer, here's the short of it. If we jump ship with everything Forsaken related, even if we change the name, we'd be in breach of the contract. See, yeah, okay, that makes sense. We cannot jump ship via a name and game change. Okay. This is the most amount of information I can provide via this matter.
Is Hytoko lying, or was he lying earlier? Because he's clearly contradicting himself completely. There's no legal source provided, no screenshots
so
attached,
not convicted,
and no evidence.
Good to get that confirmed. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, I'm looking at this just based on this video, so I don't know if that person was convicted or not. If they were convicted, I would say as a note, just from content creator to content creator, stop saying that they committed federal crimes and instead say they were convicted of federal. Well, actually, no. Oh, no, they did confirm that. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. My bad. This YouTuber did say that, they said that committed federal crimes that they have not seek punishment for, so that would imply that they are not convicted. So it's not a convicted.
Just have to go based off Hytoko's own testimony, despite him having a long history of lying beforehand, especially in
lying beforehand. I hate when people say this. Show me proof. Is this the proof? So you said lying beforehand. I better read this and this better be proof, or else I'm gonna be like, what the hell? No, I am not bound by an NDA or anything to speak ill about Sol. That's not a lie. I told you this in our talk, that the only reason I choose to not speak about Sol, bad or not, is because it isn't our problem. Sol is gone. We want nothing to do with them. So this was before they consulted their lawyer. This is not them saying that they... This is not a lie. What this is this is basically like yapping before you talk to your lawyer is basically what this is. It's not, there's no non-disclosure agreement to speak ill about Sol. That is the statement. I am not bound by a non-disclosure agreement. I think that's what an NDC is, right? I usually hear it as an NDA. Maybe I'm misreading that. But if it is an NDA, there's no NDA to not speak bad about Sol. That is a true statement. I would say that, but by the way, I don't think that would be legally enforceable even if that existed.
Both Basil and Hytoko's reputation has gone so bad at this rate that it devolved into them throwing blame at each other in a public Discord server, with Hytoko throwing Basil under the bus and stating that she supposedly supported Kaiser, and next developer being in contact with Sol still.
Okay, so what does this one say? It says, respectfully, so this is Basil. Basil said, respectfully, I don't use socials outside of Discord anymore. That's probably smart, Basil. Honestly, you might want to just quit the Discord too. Respectful, so this is Spectre from Slay the Princess. This is just some random person, I'm assuming. Respectfully, you defended Kaiser continuing contact with Sol. You'll need to put something out alongside this, or as a piece alongside wherever the apology is put. An apology for associating with somebody? I don't understand. Else will continue to get flack for you. Oh, okay, because he said, okay, sorry. Hytoko is saying that Basil supported Sol. Right? I'm confused.
Discord server,
Both Basil and have been.
with Hytoko throwing Basil under the bus and stating that she supposedly supported Kaiser, an ex-developer being in contact with Soul still, to which Basil stated that Hytoko also
Okay, so that is Hytoko. Okay. Hytoko, you did the same. This is crazy, dude. This is so stupid. This is such a stupid drama.
defended their connection, which truly shows how unprofessional these two individuals really are, and how unfit they are to manage Forsaken as a whole.
You know what? Of everything that this YouTuber has said, I agree with that. I do agree with that. These people are too young. They're too immature. They do not understand PR. They do not understand like proper business management, apparently. Obviously, they just shouldn't. They shouldn't be managing Forsaken. I do think this is on Roblox to a degree, because Roblox will set up these situations where literal actual minors will be in charge of basically what comes down to potentially millions of dollars worth in like a company. It's such a bad idea. It's not that it can't be done. I don't even think that it's illegal necessarily, because I think I got my LLC when I was a minor, I think. It's been a long time, but I might have been a minor when I got my first LLC. It's just not a good idea. Unless you're doing something, like, especially with stuff that has to do with PR, it's just not a good idea.
Basil was even seen stating that
Shrug, it's up to Kaiser, I'm not gonna lie, unless he's leaking, which he isn't. I really don't care.
they were fine with Kaiser being friends with Soul, someone who committed legitimate federal crimes, and they
Stop saying, like, I get it, but that's a talking point. I get it, like, you're trying to deal with the YouTube, like, censorship nonsense, and so you can't say certain things, so you're saying this because it's an easier thing to say than, like, oh, they did this to a minor or something, but, like, oh, gosh, man.
It only became a problem when he was trying to bridge the gap between Soul and a Forsaken YouTuber named Sharky Leo. Overall, this is an extremely embarrassing situation involving two developers of one of the largest Roblox games on the platform.
I don't disagree with that, dude, but you know what's really embarrassing? You know what's really, really embarrassing there, Gwamgo? Is that you spent like 90% of this video talking about nonsense that has nothing to do with the actual drama. Nothing. It has nothing to do with the actual drama. All in all, guys, what I would say is this is silly. This is so silly. This is so silly. And I just don't, who cares? Like, I would just say, who cares? Who cares? I get it. In terms of all of the DMing of boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, partner, ex-partner, whatever the crap is, like, who cares about any of that? When it comes down to actually, like, you know, the Soul thing or whatever, I don't know Soul, don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about it, but based on what's said, if it is true that they committed federal crimes, then yeah, people should not be associating with that person. I agree generally. I think that it would make sense for Hytoko and everybody involved to jump ship and go work on another game. You know what? It sucks to suck. I don't mean to say that, like, I do legitimately have sympathy, but it does suck to suck. If you gotta abandon Forsaken, that's what you gotta do. To be honest, it's better that you don't deal with bad people than it is to have a game that's like amazing and incredible, okay? If you did it once, you can do it again. So go do it again. You're gonna be losing out on the people who will go for your do it again as long as you're sticking around with these types of people. So move on. That's my advice to Hytoko. Move on. And yeah, and that's all I have to say about that one, guys. If you think that I'm wrong, if you think that I'm right, or whatever it is, please let me know in the comment section down below, and press like on the video and subscribe for more of this kind of stuff from time to time. We don't usually get into this kind of stuff, but when it comes across my feed, people talk about it in chat. I feel like I gotta pull this type of stuff up and give my 2 cents because it's curious. I don't like talking about this kind of stuff, but if you like the vibe, maybe, you know what I mean? Takes 2 me's to make the word meme. Takes me and it takes you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support.